You can give cricket any term that you want to. What we have seen
In this interesting interview of MS Dhoni, he's talking about cricket, stock market, personal lives, and many interesting events
is
in his
cricket has
life.
evolved. The way people are playing cricket is very different. You know, जब बहुत पहले जब वनडे आया था तो समथिंग वाज कंसिडर्ड अ सेफ स्कोर. अब वो बोलते हैं यार ये तो 20 ओवर में भी सेफ नहीं है. So when you give something a term, it becomes much more interesting because you start talking about it, you start relating to it. But at the end of the day, what is it? It's a way to play cricket. Some people want to play aggressive cricket. Some people want to play authentic cricket. A lot of that depends on the kind of team you have got, whether they can change the way they play that cricket. Is something that is very important. Not if there's something that can be done, not everyone can do it. Like let's say somebody like a Bumrah, he can bowl 6 Yorkers. Imagine somebody who's not able to do that. If you still ask him, he may improve over a period of time, but he may end up giving a lot of runs till that point. So what is important is to realize the strength of your team, and according to the strength of the team, you decide which is the way you want to play cricket. Maybe you want to change the way you play cricket, but it takes time. It doesn't happen that overnight you decide, "Acha, kal se hum aisa karenge." It doesn't happen. So you need to give time to individuals because they have played maybe 10, 12, 15 years of cricket since they started, and they have a certain way of playing cricket. So you need to give them that time to change the way they play their cricket. The fifth day of the test match, which is the last day, and जब 100% surety है कि ये draw होने वाला है, and you still need to keep for maybe 2.5 sessions, and that was the most tiring. Well, you see, there's no result that is happening. You're just going through the motion. Yes, bowlers will like to take wickets. Batsmen will try to score runs, but if there's no result in the nearest future, you're like यार ये खत्म करके चलते हैं ना. Why do we need to be here? So I love the fact that in between, there's a big change in the way people started playing Test cricket. A lot of the wickets were very juicy wickets. So let's say, if you're playing in England, Australia, South Africa, the wickets were in favor of the bowler. In India, we used to play more on the spinning track, and that's the challenge that you have to face. And you knew that, okay, if the game goes on till fourth or the fifth day, you will get a result. Imagine telling someone who doesn't know about cricket, we play over 5 days. We start at 9:30, 4:30 is the scheduled end of day's play, but we play till 5 o'clock. And after 5 days, sometimes we don't get a result. So that can be very, for the game, it's not very nice. Yeah. So I love how there's more results in today's world. Even if you're playing only 4 days of cricket and if one day gets washed out, more often than not, still you'll get a result. So that's the beauty of Test cricket. And I feel that's how it should stay. You want to get a result after 5 days, you shouldn't have a draw. It's like life. In life, there are certain times you have to take the risk. But certain times, you can avoid that risk. जिनकी दाढ़ी सफेद हो गई है, they know what they are doing. All the professional traders, yes, they'll keep trading. जो youngsters हैं, please FNO में मत घुसना, निकलना मुश्किल हो जाएगा. If you really want that thrill in life और जो adrenaline का rush चाहिए ना, do some other activity. Don't always go in कि यार मैं आज 5,000 का लगाता हूँ, देखता हूँ क्या होगा. It's not for you. The professionals, yes, they can handle it, but other than that, have a lot of fun with stock. Keep it. It's not going anywhere.
FNO is knuckle ball.
FNO is different level altogether. Nowadays when you log into the whatever app you are using, first thing it says 90% of FNO users lose their money. मैं बोलता हूँ ये 10% बाकी कौन है? So basically those 10% are the ones who are eating the 90% of us. They are eating our money and they are making their money.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I stopped. नहीं यार FNO में लॉस होता है. स्टॉक के देखता हूँ सवेरे एक बार क्या हो रहा है, ग्लोबली क्या हो रहा है. So let's say I have a stock which is A. तो just for reference कि मैंने 1,000 रुपए में लिया था. So it goes up, somewhere it has gone to 1,800. So 1,800, 2,000 होता है, then it comes back to 1,800. Now the narration is, इस डिप पे ना खरीदना चाहिए. And I'm like, मेरे 1,000 के 1,800 हो गए हैं. ये डिप पे जो खरीदेगा उसके बाद जो डिप आएगा वो कहाँ जाएगा? Always get worried, कि all time high पे जब recommendation आती है ना, इसका आगे बहुत bright future है, अभी लेने का टाइम है. बोला मैं नहीं ले रहा भाई. ये कहीं ये चांद पे भी चला जाए, मैं नहीं ले रहा. It is out of my target system. So, but that's how it is. People want to ride it, but at least with the stock, the great thing is the stock is in your account. You may have a loss, 10, 15%, 20%, 25%, but if you have bought something that has the right fundamentals, you won't make a big loss. You'll get your money. FNO mein khatam. I feel best advice is, I don't want to go with what my parents used to say about the fixed deposit because you end up losing money, with the inflation and everything. You want your money to grow. Don't look for multiplication. Wherever there's multiplication, there's risk involved. So if you're conservative, the money, you'll be good. The whole problem is when people start looking for multiplication. So everything has a pro and a con side. So whenever there's rewards are high, the risk also is high. So you need to be comfortable with it. And, if you invest right, and invest is the right word, if you invest right, you always have money with you. So basically girlfriend को सिर्फ हाँ ही बोलना है. ये उधर से start होता है because it's like, early studies. तो वहाँ से जब आप फाइनली मैरिड हो जाओगे ना, आपको हाँ हर चीज़ में बोलना पड़ता है। तो पहले से आदत डाल दोगे तो बाद में मुश्किलें नहीं आएँगी लाइफ में। सो इफ यू थिंक, मेरा एक और फेवरेट लाइन है, मेरी वाली अलग है। इस बात पे सारे हँसते हैं, बट I think the beauty is, once you get married or if you're in a relationship for a long time, you start understanding each other. A lot of times you know what's going to happen. So in my case, in my house, I know when something is going to fall because Sakshi is moving around which table. And it happens. And that's where the relationship goes. So we have been married for now 14 years, 2.5 years of dating. And you know the ins and outs. The wife will know how to irritate the husband. The husband will know what question is coming. Another one of the good advice is, somebody asked me, okay, in a relationship, when the lady asks a question, what should you reply? So it starts with, you have to be honest, you have to say the truth and everything. Once you get married and after 5, 10, 15 years, you answer so that the next question doesn't come. Otherwise, it keeps on coming. And another thing is, when you ask one of your friend, they'll be like, my wife also asked the same question. So basically, the faces are different, the questions are the same. And whatever I have said, it is actually 100% applicable on the man also. We also commit the same mistakes. We are also irritating. We love to pull the leg, but at the same time, we are not very good when it comes to, accepting the jokes on us. So I think that's why, it's a perfect combination. And the essence of marriage is, after 50, 55, you have kids, the kids go to maybe a college or a hostel. And that's the time you are just with your wife, and, you're having whatever that companionship, and, you talk about the times that have gone by. So the essence will come later, but you have to survive the marriage till then, to enjoy marriage. Most of the things that I do irritates her. That's what relationships are for. So a lot of things happen. I don't know what. So generally, we don't like to get into confrontation. If the questions are tough, harsh, we get up, we go somewhere, we find a place. Usually, men will find a corner and they'll be happy. In my case, I cannot find a corner, so I have to get into the garage. Arey, mujhe wo bike banani hai, yaar. I'll forget otherwise. My wife now, even if I tell her, okay, let's go for a ride. She's like, no. So initially, this I'm talking about 2010, 11. So initial that breaking in period. So at times she would get angry with me and she won't talk to me. She won't talk to me for 3, 4 days, 5 days. I was like, okay with it. Then she realized, if I fight, if I'm quiet, he's happier. The game plan changed. So now she
कैप्टन
fights.
कूल बनने की जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक
Yeah,
है?
she fights, or we fight. That's better way to put it. So whenever we fight, she goes outside, she comes back, and as if she never fought with me. I think golf is very different, because I also play golf, and I've realized, मेरा जो क्रिकेट का गेम है ना, it's very different. So for me, I have to hit the ball hard. Golf में you're not supposed to hit the ball hard. You use the club, and if you want to hit longer, you use a different club. So you basically have a nice swing. The club does the trick for you. मेरा वैसा नहीं है, मैंने जोर से मारना है. So even if I tell myself, कि नहीं ball रखा है, just swing, have a normal swing and hit the ball, it will go. Basically, you're fighting against yourself. Whatever, let's say, you finish the game in 98 strokes. So next time when you go, you want to do a 96, 95. So you're not competing against the opposition because your handicap is set. So basically what you're doing is you're competing against yourself. So I don't know about any other sport, or there may be not many sport where you can compete against anyone. So even against the top golfer in the world, you can play and compete because you get strokes according to your game. So he'll be giving you strokes. So let's say if he finishes in 72 strokes and you finish in 95 and your handicap is more or less, then you can still win. So the pressure is always balanced, but you have to be consistent with your game. Better farewell you can give from your side. That's the last day he's standing on a test match field, playing the game. And, if he can say goodbye leading for a while, then why not? It doesn't really change the result of the game. So, that was the reason behind it. And I don't know whether he enjoyed it or not, but I thought, that the best way of him, giving a farewell, leading on the field, even if it's for 15, 20 minutes, then why not? Hey, because it's very difficult to differentiate. We have had some very good cricketing moments, throughout the career as a team, as an individual player. So I would say that it was one amongst the best moments that I had. What cricketers want to do, we want to contribute so that the country is able to win the big tournaments, the World Cups, the champion trophies and all the big tournaments. So it gives a sense of satisfaction, and especially if it's happening in India, 40, 50,000 people on the field, singing the song, being with you throughout. That makes it even more special. ऐसे पार्टी में बहुत गाता नहीं हूँ, हाँ, जैसे team environment अगर है तो I don't mind, because when you're the captain, nobody says you sing good or bad. You're just quiet, and any one of Kishore Kumar's song I would love to sing at the right time. Don't say now. I don't think a lot about cricket. I'm only playing IPL as of now, so it's slightly tough in the sense I have to keep myself fit for 9 months so that I can play 2.5 months of IPL. So you need to plan it out, but at the same time, chill a bit. I've played international cricket for quite long, so you want to spend time with your family, with your parents. I have a lot of pets, so get a chance to play with them. So I've kept it very simple. I'll train for 15, 20 days, 25 days, then I take off for 15, 20 days. So it really helps me be in the groove. I can enjoy the food that I want to eat. Once I start training, I follow a good diet. I won't say an excellent diet. So that's what keeps me busy. And in between, we have a few endorsement works and everything. So that helps. And I've been watching a lot of cricket. When I was playing, I used to watch less. But now that I'm not playing international cricket, every time there's a game going on, I love to sit and watch. So when I'm in Ranchi, it's the schedule is quite fixed in the sense I'll get up slightly late because I sleep late. I get up slightly late, have my breakfast, then straight away go to the stadium, do my gym or whatever I want to do, then come back, spend some time with the family, play with the pets, and evening, if I feel like, I'll go again to the stadium, play a bit of badminton or tennis, some of the other sports. And in between, we have a farming area, so on and off, I go over there. So it's quite regimented in the sense it's almost the same schedule every day. It is quite boring. But other than that, I've not been doing much. In between, bike rides and all, but not for long. T20 में एक reviews भी होते थे, only one review. Everybody is asking for it, so you have to be very careful. And you want to give that liberty to the bowler, but then I realize, हर कोई बोलता है कि out ही है, and हर बार decision हमारे favor में नहीं होता है. So a few times, we put the ball in the bowler's court कि यार अपने जान का बाजी लगा कि ये review लेगा. Most time नहीं. Next time देखते हैं. So I only said that if you think it is out, it should at least be an umpire's call. It can't be like you think it's hitting the middle stump and it ends up hitting nowhere. It has pitched outside and going outside. So that is wrong. So if you're not sure, give whatever your feedback is, because keeper also from behind, at times we don't know where exact the impact is. And at times we don't know where the ball has pitched. But being a bowler from front, should be able to analyze that, what was the height of the ball and all. So if we share the responsibility, decision making becomes easy. T20 ka team announce hona tha, World Cup ka. So you have to give people a chance who are fighting for that spot. Our team we had a few. Jadeja was there, Shivam Dube was there. So unless you give them opportunity, they need to prove themselves and then get into the Indian cricket team. Mera kya tha, mera selection ho nahi sakta tha. So I was like, I'm good behind. I'm happy with what I'm doing. My team is happy with what I was doing. So it was a lot of fun, and I just want to enjoy whatever last few years of cricket, I'm able to play. So वो जो बचपन में नहीं होता था 4 बजे हम लोग खेलने के लिए जाते थे, you wanted to enjoy the game. But when you play professional sport, it becomes difficult to enjoy the game just like a game. So that's what I want to do. But as I said, it's not easy. वो emotion आ ही जाते हैं, वो थोड़ा commitment आ ही जाता है. But I want to enjoy the game, for the next few years. आप कोशिश करते हो. अब कई बार बॉलर अनफॉर्चुनेट होता है, कई बार हम लोग बैट्समैन अनफॉर्चुनेट हो जाते हैं. So it's part and parcel. कई बार जीतेंगे, कई बार हारेंगे. But till it's fun, played in the right spirit and with the right competition in mind, then why not? So अब दीपक ने अपना मुंह खोल ही दिया है, तो मैं भी खोल देता हूँ.
Yes.
So ये थोड़े काफ़ी साल पहले की बात है. And he has been an excellent cricketer for us. जहाँ भी हमारे साथ खेला, he has done very well. But उसका हमेशा कंप्लेन था मेरे से, भाई आप यार मुझे डेथ में बॉलिंग नहीं कराते हो. मैं बोला यार अगर 4 ओवर तू ऊपर में इतना अच्छा डाल दे रहा है, विकेट ले रहा है, why do you need to bowl in the death? जो भी उसके दिमाग में होगा, तो 4 ओवर डालता था. 90% ऑफ द टाइम he would bowl 4 overs, but not in the death. हम किसी और को यूज़ करते थे. तो ऐसे ही कुछ हुआ तो बॉलिंग हो रही थी, एंड ही स्वेट्स अ लॉट. मतलब स्वेट्स अ लॉट का मतलब है कि अगर खड़ा भी है ना तो पानी ही है. सो वो बॉलिंग पे था. मैंने बोला कि भाई उसको बहुत शौक होता है वेरिएशन का, बिकॉज ही इज़ इंटेलिजेंट, ही नोज व्हाट ही इज़ डूइंग, ही विल कीप हिज फील्ड्स. तो मैंने उसको यही चीज़ बोला कि भाई नकल बॉल मत डालना, बिकॉज नकल बॉल इज अ बिट डिफिकल्ट. उसके बाद इफ यू आर स्वेटिंग सो मच, देयर इज नो फ्रिक्शन, हाउ विल यू बोल दैट टाइप. बट ही नोज एवरीथिंग. उसने तो ट्राई करना ही था. हम लोग जो एक्सपीरियंस है, तो दाढ़ी वाड़ी हमने सफ़ेद की हुई है, उसको लगता है धूप से हुई है. तो ऑफकोर्स ही ट्राइड, फिर नो बॉल वगैरह हो गया, जो भी हुआ. सो मैं गया उसके पास. आई कैन नॉट से द एग्जैक्ट वर्ड्स बट आई सेड. बट मैंने उसको सिंपल चीज़ बोली. मैंने बोला यार तेरे तर्कश के सारे तीर मैंने थोड़े देखने हैं. मुझे पता है व्हाट यू डू, तुम्हारे पास वेरिएशंस क्या है. सो आई नो ईच एंड एवरीथिंग. सो यू बोल अकॉर्डिंग टू द कंडीशन, अकॉर्डिंग टू द सिचुएशन. जो टीम को चाहिए उसके हिसाब से डालना. तर्कश के तीर तो मैं देख लूंगा जब मुझे मन होगा तब, है ना. उसको थोड़े ग्रामर थे इधर उधर, बट
उन्होंने बोला था कि आपने उनको बोला था कि गलत तू नहीं है, गलत मैं हूं जो तुझसे एक्सपेक्ट करता हूं.
दैट्स अ फैक्ट ना. क्योंकि इतने मजबूरी के बाद, इतना सोचने के बाद मैंने बोला ये मत डालना. उसके बावजूद उसने वही डाला. मे बी ही हैड सो मेनी अदर ऑप्शंस दैट ही कुड हैव ट्राइड. मैंने तो एक ही चीज़ बोला था यार कि ठीक है, ये जो 50 लॉलीपॉप है ना, ये जो फ्लेवर है ये मुझे दे दे. उसको वही फ्लेवर चाहिए, बाकी 49 नहीं चाहिए. बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे ही अंडरस्टूड व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट इज हम सब गलती करते हैं, बट हम उस गलती से क्या सीखते हैं, दैट इज़ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. और 2 गलतियां जो सेम होती हैं, उसके बीच का डिफरेंस जितना ज़्यादा होगा, उतना अच्छा क्रिकेटर हो, चाहे आप बॉलर हो, चाहे आप बैट्समैन हो. एंड हाउ यू सेड ना, हाउ टू क्रिटिसाइज पीपल, या हाउ टू tell them that what they have done is wrong. I always felt that it shouldn't be demeaning. A lot depends on the kind of relationship you have with the individual. And, you want to say stuff that helps the individual become better. What I've realized with the cricket team or us, हम as Hindustani, अगर आप बोर्ड रूम में किसी को कुछ बोल दो ना, उनको बहुत खराब लग जाता है. बट इमेजिन यू एंड हिम इन अ टॉयलेट, आप दो चार ग्रामर के साथ भी कुछ बोल देना, इट डजंट फील बैड. सो फ्रॉम द एसेंस ऑफ व्हाट यू हैव टोल्ड इन फ्रंट ऑफ एवरीवन, इट गोज, अच्छा मुझे ऐसा बोल दिया, अरे क्या बोला, सो ही हैजंट लिसन टू व्हाट यू हैव सेड, इट्स जस्ट दैट मुझे खराब लग गया, सबके सामने बोल दिया. सो इफ यू नो द इंडिविजुअल, यू नो व्हाट इज द बेस्ट वे to work with him or her and get the best out of it. At the end of the day, if you're leading people, you want to get the best out of them. Whatever their level may be, you want them to improve, but at the same time get the best out of them. Cricket में क्या होता है ना, हमारा almost 80% of cricket happens right in the middle. तो स्पेशली जो फील्डर्स बाउंड्री पे होते हैं या 30 यार्ड पे होते हैं ना, आई नेवर अंडरस्टूड व्हाट दे लुक बिहाइंड इन द क्राउड. पहले तो 30,000 40,000 लोग हैं, यू कैन नॉट आइडेंटिफाई एनीवन फ्रॉम दैट डिस्टेंस. आपका एक कैप्टन होता है, एक बॉलर होता है. सो जनरली ऑन द फील्ड दीज आर द टू पीपल हु आर इन चार्ज. अगर कैप्टन विकेट कीपर है तो आसान है, नहीं तो 3 इंचार्ज हो जाते हैं. अगर एक कैप्टन हुआ, एक विकेट कीपर होगा, एक बॉलर. इन द सेंस हो सकता है बॉलर को कहीं पे कुछ स्पेसिफिक चेंजेस चाहिए फील्ड में, तो वो आपको विल ट्राई टू टेक योर अटेंशन. बट अगर कीपर और बॉलर है तो और आसान है. बट आई नेवर अंडरस्टूड, दे ऑलवेज लुक द अदर वे. सो दैट्स अ टाइम व्हेन यू से कि उधर कौन है भाई, हमें भी बता दो. आई एम नॉट एबल टू सी हु इज देयर.
Hope you like this amazing interview. Please subscribe and like this video and share your comments. Thank you.